Hi guys, welcome aboard, welcome back, welcome home. As always, completely and totally dependent on where you are in relation to this channel, this week, these messages, this everything, right? We are going to have a conversation about what's up this week, that being the 31st of October through the 6th of November 2022. So first of all, happy Halloween, blessed Samhain, right? So we start this week with a Capricorn moon, asking us to be clear and certain of our feelings as they are foundational. So we have overnight, hello, a quincunx to Mars, a conjunction to Pluto, sextile Jupiter, and then early in the morning, like 10-ish, 10:45-ish, well, 10:43 if you really want to be exact, Central Time, the moon moves into Aquarius, and then later on in the evening, around dinner time, the moon squares a Scorpio Mercury, right? So this moon conjunct Pluto, an interesting way for the moon and Pluto to spend the holiday, right? This is a little bit, whoa, hey friend, a little bit dark, a little bit emotional. How better for the moon to be on Halloween, right? I will say this, after the moon moves into Aquarius, that whole concept of pranks and oddities and quirks enters into the holiday mix. You might change your ideas of a costume, right? You might decide at the last minute, no, I want to be an alien, or I want to be Einstein. Both very Aquarian things. Late, right? The moon squares Mercury in Scorpio. So mind the reactivity of others. They might not find those holiday jokes very funny tonight. Some people don't really like jump scares, and just be mindful of that, right? Like, it might seem funny to you. It might not seem funny to them. Just be on the alert, right? Be on the alert. On Wednesday, the 2nd, the moon in Aquarius. No. Tuesday, the 1st. Hello, I'm skipping a whole day. On Tuesday, the 1st, listen, we have a lot of challenging energy on Tuesday, the 1st of November. Maybe that's why I was trying to skip it, because it is a really challenging day. The moon in Aquarius squares the sun and Venus, and later Saturn. In the middle of all that, we have a sextile to Chiron, and then around dinner time, the moon conjuncts Saturn. Here's the deal. That Sun, Venus, Uranus squaring energy, plus that sextile to Chiron, there may be an urge to detach from your feelings, right? That whole need and desire that we talked about last week to get back to home, right? It might feel overwhelming today, creating either an urge to really dig your heels in, or to kind of explode things, to be a little incendiary, to like flip tables and just set stuff on fire. So here's the deal. Be mindful of your own personal triggers, right? And in the evening, that sextile to, or that, I'm sorry, that conjunction to Saturn can either inflame things further or get you to dig in your heels even further, right? With that Saturn energy. Now on Wednesday, the moon trines Mars, and then Venus in Scorpio, quincunxes Chiron, and then afternoon, the moon moves into Pisces. So here's the deal. On Wednesday, you're still going to be feeling those jolts, right, from yesterday's squares. So the early trine to Mars kind of helps to kind of give you some energy that might help you find a little perspective. But remember that Mars is retrograde now. So that work is inner work, right? You're not being asked to build a bridge in the world. You're being asked to build a bridge in your soul, right? Now that Venus quincunx to Chiron might have you doubting your connectivity to your heart's desires, or the truths about how you might be able to manifest those, or how simple it might be to manifest those, right? Resist those doubts. Resist those doubts, because if you have done that visualization, your why is unshakable. Hello. Yes, I see you. Sorry, I'm dropping things here. Of course. Of course. Anyway, if you have done the work, regarding your visualizations, your why is unshakable. Now, when the moon moves into Pisces, here's the deal. It's going to deepen your feelings one way or the other, right? It's going to deepen your feelings. Don't move into avoidance. Don't move into distraction. Don't move into your coping mechanisms, right? If your coping mechanisms are destructive. You hear me? Don't move into your coping mechanisms if your coping mechanisms are destructive. Find a way to be in those feelings, all the way in them. That is the requirement of that Pisces moon. Right, don't look away. Thursday, October 3rd, the Pisces moon trines Mercury, trines the sun, trines Venus, all in Scorpio. That's exciting. And then sextiles Uranus. Yes, we saw you. We're taking you. So Thursday, right, yay! A day of reconnection to those heart's desires, to that why, to those feelings of yes, yes, I can. So all of that doubt that you had to muddle through on Wednesday is lifted today, or at least lightened. At least room is created, right? So that you can see through those doubts or witness them for what they are. Right. So this is about your expression, your identity, your home, and your alignment with all of those things, right? With those feelings. And as long as you're claiming them, they belong to you, right? And you can slide into those things like they are comfy jeans. And here's the deal. Your expression, your identity, and your home, these are the things that make you who you are. So claim them, right? Claim them. On Friday, the 4th, did I say October? Anyway, Friday, November 4th. Yeah, happy birthday to my lovely BFF. And the Pisces moon conjuncts Neptune early, and then squares Mars, sextiles Pluto. Hello, my friend. And then we have another conjunction to Jupiter. And then in the evening, around a little bit after dinner, the moon will move into Aries. So here's the deal. You might wake up with some dreams still kind of stuck in your psyche, right? That's okay. It might feel a little chaotic. Again, that's okay. This Friday might be a day that you don't really want to get out of bed. And when you do, it feels a little bit surreal, right? A little bit not real, right? It might feel like you're moving through density instead of creating it, right? It might feel that you're moving through like opacity instead of being that thing that is the solid, right? So here's the deal. Go slow, go steady. Right? Move cautiously when your footing is unsteady, right? Uneven or wet surfaces require intentional footing. Yes, we see you. Thank you. So yeah, by dinner time, things kind of heat up, right? That energy will shift, right? As we have that moon conjunct Jupiter and then moving into Aries, that is going to shift and change. But still mind your footing. Hello. Mind your footing, because, you know, that conjunction to Jupiter, boy, oh boy, Jupiter can always get things bigger out ahead of us than we'd like. And you don't want to be playing catch up, right? So Saturday, the moon, the sun in Scorpio, quincunxes Chiron, and then the Aries moon quincunxes Mercury, and, hello, we see you, conjuncts Chiron. The moon, yes. And then Venus in Scorpio opposes Taurus. Now that's a big deal. And then the moon also quincunxes the sun. So here's the deal. That sun is also conjuncting the south node in Scorpio, right? So you might witness Saturday as a day where you're revisiting places where you don't feel as though you are doing what you're here to do, that you're allowing your gifts to stagnate or go unused, right? Your options there are to beat yourself up or to choose to shift and change that, right? So regardless, right, regardless as to the cost of what that change might be, the Chiron involvement and Venus opposed to Uranus asks you to really remember that what's yours is always yours, right? And no one can get you to that heart's desire, to that sense of home without a shift, right? And it's always got to be you, your choice, your movement, your journey, because it is your sense of home. It is your creation. You cannot ignore your gifts and claim your lessons, right? So be in awareness and mindfulness when it comes to how you're doing the things that you're doing and what the universe has given you. Thank you. In terms of how it's facilitating you, how it's resourcing you in order to be able to fulfill your mission and create your sense of home and identity and expression, right? And then on Sunday, the Aries moon quincunxes Venus, sextiles Saturn, and then Mercury in Scorpio is going to quincunx Chiron. The moon, still in Aries, right, will sextile Mars and square Pluto. And then very late in the evening, literally almost to Monday, the moon will move into Taurus. So here's the deal. Mind your mouth today. You are going to have or perhaps experience challenges both to your expression and to your ability to get shit done. So if nothing feels aligned, the place to check in is within, right? If you feel like everything is a little plinko and a little unsettled, the place that needs grounding is you, right? So as the moon is having some issues, right, with Venus and Saturn and Pluto, and Mercury is having a little bit of a miscommunication with Chiron, you might feel a little jittery. That's okay. That's okay. It's always about coming back to your alignment. And then as that moon moves into Taurus, it can make it a better situation or a worse situation depending on how your perspective is, right? Where have you minded your mouth, or have you not? Where have you just dug in and found your alignment or not, right? That Taurus moon is going to it's going to amplify that. So just be mindful. Let's have conversation, shall we? So Monday, Halloween. Look, we got the Tower, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. We talked about this is that day that the moon conjuncts Pluto. Kind of exciting, right? Also, we have that sextile to Jupiter, and then the moon moves into Aquarius. So here's the deal. We've got the Tower, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So the Tower is that cataclysmic external sourced change, right? This is how we don't listen. The universe comes in and says, no, this must shift. And so something occurs that creates the conditions where the shift is required. The Nine of Pentacles says, I'm okay, right? I'm good. I've got me. I am fully resourced regardless of the external situation. I am solid. So whether I'm in an alien costume or whether I'm in an Einstein costume, whether you think my joke is funny, I'm okay. I'm okay, right? But still, be aware, because you don't want Tuesday to happen and you not be fulfilled from this beautiful day, right? Dark emotional starts. Tuesday, we have the World, we have the King of Pentacles. This is lovely, by the way. This is lovely for this beautiful, like thin veil day, right? The World is about integration, right? It's about cycle completion. It's about how we move from one phase to the next phase. And the King of Pentacles, again, I've got me, right? So this is a beautiful repeating, like a beautiful up level, honestly, of the energy that we witness on the 31st, even though Tuesday is a challenging day. Here's the thing. We talked about this as being a day to detach from your feelings, having that urge, right? So here's the deal. You're either going to give in to those urges, or you're going to set things on fire, right? You either have to choose one way or the other. Am I going to go for it, right? You got to go for it. And even, here's the deal, it's going to shift or change anyway. That's what the World is about. It doesn't matter how you get there. Simply the fact that it's going to, right? Finding that way to come back to your alignment, finding that way to get back to home, right? So whether you're going to be in your mastery of your resources and simply make a choice, right? Even if it feels overwhelming, I'm going to just create, or I'm going to just scrap it all and start over. This says no matter which you choose, you've got it, right? No matter which you choose, you're still starting again. You're still, that fall 7 times, get up 8. Either way, it doesn't matter. Always coming back, right, with that home, with that identity, allowing for the shift, allowing for the change, no matter what, and knowing that within it all, you can still get shit done, because that's what you're here to do, right? On Wednesday, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Moon. Six of Pentacles is a beautiful card. It's a minor of the Justice card. So it's about generosity. It's about balancing your resources, which we've seen a lot of here. And then the Moon is about that which may not be known yet, right? It's about your feelings. It's about your memories. It's about your sense of the mysterious, right? So if we're still feeling those jolts from Tuesday, we still have the energy, right, to give and take, to give and take. So that work is the inner work, right? We know that this is the inner work. Even if we're doubting our heart's desires or the truth of our ability to manifest it, right? If you've done that work, your why is unshakable. You know how this cycle works. And guess what? You do know how that cycle works. You know full well how that cycle works. And so all you can do is trust it, right? Trust the work that you've already done. On Thursday, we've got the Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands. So here's the deal. This is about impulsive, idea-based, motion based on your belief system, right? So this is those cloaks of doubt lift, or at least move out of the way, allowing you to gain your sense of self and alignment with expression, identity, home, all of those things, right? So this is about having a sense of victory with whatever it is that you are bringing in, with whatever it is that your beliefs are moving you forward, however that's being asked of you, whatever that expression is that you're being asked to put into the world, whatever your identity is that you're being asked to step into, whatever that sense of home is that you're being asked to claim, right? This is victory. This is victory. This is, okay, well, I stuck it out. I'm good, right? I'm good. How about you? Friday, the 4th, we've got the Eight of Wands. We got the King of Cups. This is an interesting, I love this because we've got that Pisces moon. And then we have the conjunctions to both Neptune and Jupiter, as well as the sextile to Pluto and the square to Mars, right? So if we feel a little chaotic, if we feel like, I'm going to just be in my feels today, right? But you kind of want to move forward, but you kind of don't, but you kind of do, but you kind of don't. This is a beautiful pairing of that, right? So how can you have movement on your feelings? That might be inner movement, right? Go slow, go steady. We talked about, right, being cautious of moving on that wet or uneven surface. And as evening heats up and you want to move forward, still utilize the power of your intention, right? What more better way for a king to step in and say, well, okay, let's move cautiously. Let's exercise our discernment here in how we're moving, making sure that it's heart-based for sure. On Saturday, we got the Two of Swords, we've got Temperance. I love this this balancing act today, right? Two of Swords is always about choices. It's about confusion. Sometimes it's about making a choice based on those feelings, those beliefs, those ideas, those concepts, right? And then Temperance allows you to really be in creation of that next right step based on where you've been, right? How you've pulled things forward and really taken into account how our knowledge and our experience creates wisdom. So as we have the Sun conjuncting the South Node, also quincunx to Chiron, and then the Moon all through this day. Where are your gifts? Where are you allowing them to stagnate, right? Nobody can make those observations except for you. And if you're not looking, well, I mean, that's okay. You can feel your way through as long as you're choosing to make a change, as long as you're choosing to put them into action, right? It's not enough to have them in idea. You have to put them into the world. It's not enough to have them in concept. You have to embody them in order to really be in claiming not just of yourself, but also the expression that you're here to hold. Remember, again, what's yours is always yours, right? But it's about you. It's about your choice, your movement, your journey, right? You can't ignore your gifts and claim your lessons. You simply can't. So don't ignore them. Put them into action, right? Action is required, even if it's internal action, right? It doesn't need to be out in the world. It doesn't have to be out in the world. We're in Mars retrograde until January. So your action can be internal action. You can utilize that as some spiritual alchemy. It doesn't have to be forced movement into the 3D, right? That's not where your heart's desires, seeds are planted. That's not where the claim is made. So on Sunday, the 6th, we talked about this day as a day to mind your mouth, right? You may feel challenges to your expressions and your ability to get things done. If nothing feels aligned, the place to check is within. If everything feels scattered and jittery, the grounded place is within, right? So these ideas, these beliefs, you know what's got to go. You know what's got to come in, right? You know what has brought you to the bottom, to rock bottom, right? 10 of Swords is how your ideas have brought you to rock bottom, how your beliefs have brought you to rock bottom, right? This is a I'm going to say drastic and dramatic card, but it indicates a place where a shift must happen, right? This again, we start the week with this shift must happen, but know you're covered. Here we see it again, the shift must happen, but know you're covered, right? The Lovers can be a card of love and romance and divine union. Absolutely it can, absolutely. But it can also be a card of choice, right? Of choosing, of divinely inspired choices. And what better way to heal this I'm tapping out, I am at rock bottom, I've got no more left, than to be allow yourself to make a divinely inspired choice. And not just to make the choice, but to actually put the choice into action, right? To put that choice into action. So this week is all about how we kind of throw things into the cauldron and then decide what comes out and decide who we are on the other side of the stirring, right? Come clean or don't come at all. This is about checking your intention. This is about creating who you are every day, right? I wake up, I choose who I am today. And if anything is not in alignment with the who that I choose to be, then it is my job, my responsibility, and my holiest opportunity, right, to find a way to get that work done. No matter what it takes, no matter what it takes, right? There are things to learn. There are ways to find your own facilitation. There are people to invite into your life so that you can become the best version of you that you believe you're here to be. And bottom line is, we know, we get it. We know how to do those things. And if we don't know, we can always learn. Our oracle this week is Ascension. This card, see, this is funny to me. This card is a testament to all the work you have done. It is a nod from the universe that your efforts are seen and are being rewarded. Things are moving forward, and you will continue to progress and reach a higher state of consciousness as well as earthly success. Of course, we have majors. We've got pentacles, right? This card can also be encouraging you to deepen your spiritual practices and work toward alignment with the highest codes of your being. Life is all about moving and reaching our true potential. You are well on your way. Keep going. Also, be mindful that this card can be an indicator of an imbalance around spiritual practice. Sometimes we can become completely reliant on all things spiritual and may ignore the earthly plane and real issues. This is referred to as bypassing. Another form this takes is to focus on clearing and up-leveling, but not integrating, right? What did we talk about? It can become an addiction, and it's all about moving on to the next thing. And we think that's okay because it's spiritual, but in reality, it can be disempowering. If this resonates with you, work on grounding yourself and perhaps slow down. Okay, seriously, did we not say go slow? Did we not say ground? Yes, all of those things have already been said. Right? Right. We cannot focus on one thing or the other. We have to find ways to temper them. We have to find ways to unite our purpose, right? Especially with this beautiful sun conjuncting the South Node in Scorpio. Your deepest heart's desires are already gifted to you. It's all about clearing everything else out of the way. Woo! I'm loving that card right there. What a beautiful wrap up. What a beautiful wrap up. Don't avoid, don't distract, be all the way in, right? Yeah, embodiment. Woo! Okay, y'all, big deals. I love it. We are working up toward a big full moon lunar eclipse at 16 degrees of Taurus on the 8th. So Tuesday the 8th. Which also happens to be an election day. And do we think that's accidental? I hope you don't. Anyway, big, giant blessings. Have a great week, and blessed Samhain, y'all. Yeah, go get some candy.